All right, watch this video for Tuesday, July 3rd. Quick reminder, tomorrow is a half day. July 3rd is a half day. The market's closed on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday are full days. So, volume's going to be light, and you want to be careful. You want to not trade, scale back, if you will, position size and probably the number of trades you take. The market closes, I guess, at 1 tomorrow. I look to trade the first couple hours, hope to catch a morning gap play and probably wrap it up and then have a nice rest of the day and July 4th off. I'm showing you the equity curve here you can see from basically this is my equity curve taken straight from my TradeStation account, January 1st this year through today. Each green dot is a new high for the year, and this is the one thing I love about day trading. I get to log in every day with a proper list and then build a watch list of gap plays as well, and get into and out of stocks that give me intraday profitable setups and have no risk overnight. This equity curve is from not holding one stock overnight ever. And if you've watched my videos over the years, I post these equity curves every now and then, and pretty consistently, almost always at new highs for the year. I have a couple slumps as I did back here, but overall, this is why I like day trading. There's nothing to chance in that. I'm not overnight hoping the stock that I bought yesterday, the day before, goes up tomorrow. I'm in cash, and then I just take the opportunities as they come. So, if you have a chance to trade a couple days a week or whatever, we've got a great service for you because you can just log in, take some trades, make some money, and and be back in cash. So let's get that out of the way. And before I go into the watch list, I'll slide this over real quick just to highlight one of Wayne's calls today, SAEX, showing you 5-minute candles. I drew a line at Friday's high, which was also basically right here, the early high for the morning. And Wayne called this long over the 2-day high, in keeping with the 2-day high, meaning Friday's high plus this morning's early high. And this is in keeping with the space that's on fire right now, which is the low-priced oil and gas plays. So the entry was right there, the entry called by Wayne. And I don't know, it was on $1.88, maybe $1.87, and you can see what it did. It went almost up a buck from there without stopping out. So we're continually finding stuff like this as the days unfold. Now, what are we going to be watching for Tuesday again? I already said it, but I'm going to remind you, the market is a half day tomorrow, and I'm only looking probably to trade the first hour or two. We'll see. So VVPR, I want to watch this one because they had this huge move, then the gap up, and then a very narrow range today. So if any volume comes to that, it might be worth watching. TNTR. This one's kind of interesting because it had massive volume on Friday. And the range was from 13 cents all the way to 56 cents, but it gave most of it back on Friday. But then today went from 23 to 35 before settling in at 28. So it looks really good, maybe like over 35 cents over today's high. Look at it on 15-minute candles. I was watching this one for much of today, but I never took a trade in it because it didn't meet my parameters. And it just stayed in, here's the opening 15-minute candle, so it just stayed inside of that opening range all day. And this is a good scenario where you nickel and dime yourself to death if you don't make something kind of break resistance before you get involved. But I do think if it takes out today's high, it's worth watching. CEI, let me point out GBR real quick. If you haven't noticed, this GBR has been insane. It actually hit 1275 today. So, the low-priced oil and gas plays are on fire, no pun intended. And then CEI, you had this red day yesterday. It was on the watch list today. A couple people made calls in today. I think it held up well enough that I want to watch it tomorrow. I love the fact that it hit $1, the whole number to the penny. I wish it would have closed closer to $1, but absolutely deserves watch tomorrow. CLDC, huge move back here from $1.80 something to the very next day over $7.50. And then you've got a lower high, lower high, lower high. But today closed above its open. So it's worth watching for a continuation of the bounce that it had today tomorrow. So we'll see. SAEX, I already showed you this one, Wayne's intraday call, but I want to watch it again tomorrow because it kind of reminds me of GBR where you had the gap up, the sell-off, and then takes out the highs of the gap up day. So it's a pretty good candidate to watch tomorrow. MXC. Very strong day. The range on this one was from $5.90 to $9, closing at $8.25. Really big volume for this stock. Jane pointed this one out right when it was about here that, hey, this is kind of breaking a trend line. And I don't know, it moved up about $2 from there. Great heads up by Jane. Definitely want to watch it tomorrow because it closed fairly strong. JONE. This one's not that interesting. It had a pop here and then 2 days lower, but in after hours, it's trading at like 46 cents. So Friday's high was 44. So, if this holds up by the time pre-market gets here and then the open, if it's going to open like over Friday's high, this one's got potential to squeeze. So I want to watch that one. MICT also had after hours news, trading at $1.87 in after hours. I'm not sure, double check and make sure what the news was, because this might have been a buyout. And if it is, I'm not going to trade it tomorrow, right? They're not interesting when they're a buyout, but it's some kind of merger agreement. So I need to check into it in the morning and see if it's worth watching for a gap and go. But it did catch my attention in after hours. GEMP gapped up on Friday, sold off most of the day, sold off again today. Pretty good candidate for a turn back up tomorrow after the gap up and then 2 days of selling. Much lower volume today than it had Friday. A couple more. PED, just a low-priced oil and gas play that I want to watch. It's put 3 red days in a row, and red meaning closing below its open here, here, and here. What I'd like to see is an afternoon high of day break. You notice on Friday, it put in its high of the day early, as it did on the gap up day and as it did today. What I'd like to see is, kind of a narrow range and then an afternoon breakout, but keep in mind, tomorrow's a half day, so we'll see. And then ABIL, I'm going to watch this one again. Just another red day, but it had such a huge move from here to here, and then you got a few days lower, kind of in that buy zone area we talk about. Certainly worth watching for a turn back up tomorrow. I hate to be redundant, but just I'm going to say it one more time. Volume's light right now on a holiday week, so you want to be careful. Cut your position size down, and only take A+ setups, all right? Looking forward to tomorrow morning, and we'll see y'all then. Sorry, one quick comment. Check below. We got a link to our free webinars and some other special links as well. All right, now I'm done babbling.